Guys, we'll start in 2-3 minutes. 9:05 will start. Okay. Okay, let's start, guys. Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Wasim sir. Okay, let us start. We had covered Kanban. We had covered uh, practices of Kanban. What was pending was the principles and metrics. Okay. So when do we use Kanban? That is the first question. I hope all of you know. For which
Support team.
The
support,
support team. Support and maintenance project.
support and maintenance project. Wherever there is an uneven flow of tickets, where priorities keep changing constantly, then you can go for Kanban. Okay. So 6, who will tell me just one, what is the first practice? How can you run a Kanban team? What is the first thing you have to do?
Visualization workflow.
Yeah, the first. Okay. First. Second step. What is visualization of workflow? Nothing but creating a Kanban board. So you have to create a Kanban board. That is visualizing the work. How many tickets in progress, how many in testing, how many in dev, how many block. You create a Kanban board, not a Scrum board, but a Kanban board. Okay. Second step.
WIP,
Action.
work in progress.
Okay. You will have a
It,
work in progress limit.
limit.
Okay. Fine. Then third,
Manage flow.
how do you manage flow?
Limiting work in progress. Yeah. Applying the max limit. Set the column.
To understand the bottleneck and then change the flow and give the limits so that everybody
To
has a
identify the status in which the ticket is spending most time in. Let us say if it is spending most time in QA, that is QA is your bottleneck. You are going to fix that. You will put a limit to that, and then that is how you are going to adjust it. 1 second. Okay. Then
Feedback.
number 4.
Feedback.
The explicit policies we need
What
to
is explicit policies?
like the definition of done and ready should be set.
Explain simply here. What
There
is
should be some defined rules like code review is done
for
or something.
rules will be there for
For
what?
every stage. For every stage.
As in, what do you mean by that?
Like when we moving any ticket from development to testing, then there should be at least code review done, code or something kind of
There should be
documentation.
some rules so as to prevent confusion, ambiguity, and delay. So if I'm from example from code review to ready for testing, if I'm moving the ticket from one stage to another ticket, there should be clear rules. When can assign a ticket from backlog to analysis or analysis to in-dev or whatever, because it avoids confusion and takes care of the quality of the work. Okay. Then fifth point, who said implement loop, feedback implement loops? What is that?
Yeah.
Weekly review, daily, weekly, and monthly.
Daily, weekly, and monthly review. Okay. Then last.
I mean, we
Improve
evolve by experiment.
collaborative.
We evolve experimentally.
Visualize the workflow, set the WIP limits, which means for every stage you have to limit how many tickets can come into each stage. Then manage the flow, identify the bottlenecks and clear them. Then number 4 is your set explicit rules for each and every stage. Fifth is implement feedback loops. Feedback loop is nothing but how many events, daily event, weekly event, and a monthly service review. And last, evolve experimentally. Change one thing at a time and see how it goes. And people should be together and doing this. So these are the 6 steps how you run a Kanban team. Now there are 4 principles that we have in Kanban. So 6 practices and 4 principles. You need to know all of these 10 things, then you can do Kanban. So if they ask you, do you know Kanban? Yes, you know Kanban. What is there in Kanban? These 6 practices are there in Kanban, and it is based on 4 principles. What are those principles? And those are also mentioned in your PPTs. So the first principle talks about where I'm just looking for that PPT, and I'm trying to tell you the page also. Where is the page here on that PPT? Okay, we'll do it. Okay. So the first principle is start with what you do now. First principle is start with what you do now, which means as and when you go to a Kanban team, you don't change anything. Whatever is there, they are following. As a Kanban expert, you don't force them to adapt any agile ceremonies or do not make anybody a scrum master or a PO or a scrum lead or anything. No change whatsoever. But why do you do it? Because if you are not changing anything, it builds trust that there will be no changes. Whatever we are going to do, it is going to be only things which are beneficial to the team. So if you go there, sometimes if you go there and you try to change too many things and roles, there is distrust among people that somebody is going to be fired or some nonsense is going to happen. So in Kanban, we say you start with what you do now, which means there is no change in roles or any processes. Whatever they are doing, you ask them, boss, how do you take the bugs? How do you do code reviews? Do you do unit testing? Do you do assign it to whatever they are doing? Just put it on a Jira board. That's all. So let us say there is a team which has a simple, they pick up a task, they put it in progress and they mark it as done. Fine. Start, no need of introducing anything. Start with that also. And then evolve after every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Say, if there are a lot of things in progress, let us say, let us clarify, put some things in dev, let us put at least dev and testing, introduce that if they are comfortable with it. Then let's then go with that. So introduce to them things step by step. Okay. So why do you start with what you do now? Because it builds trust. It is easy for them to understand, and then you get a buy-in. Second, you agree to do evolutionary changes or incremental and evolutionary changes. Incremental changes means one at a time. So first is you start with what you do now. It means there is no change of roles or processes. You just ask them whatever processes they are following, and then they can and put it on a Jira so that they can see this is how the flow is going. Whatever they are doing, that's it. Then second step is incremental changes. For example, in dev, there are a lot of tickets in dev. You ask them in which stage of dev these tickets are. Is it we are taking time in coding, or is it unit testing, or is it code review? They say, boss, this is in code review. It says in dev, but actually dev code is complete, but we don't have enough people to do a code review. Okay. Then you say, boss, can we segregate this? Can we put the ticket in dev and then code review? Can we separate those two statuses? They say, yeah, this is fine. So now we segregate these two things in dev and code review, and it turns out that in code review, there are tickets pending for a very long time. And we saw on Friday, if that is the case, how we can do the FIP limits. I showed you with practical example how to do that. So we only find the code review items are taking too much time. They are piling up in code review. In that case, we add a WIP limit of 3, and we ask the other, instead of only tech lead, we ask the other people also to do the code review. At least one person can do it. We saw that. And people who have missed it, please go through the Friday session. You'll be very clear in detail on how to do this. Okay. So incremental changes. Why incremental changes? Because small changes do not disrupt the team. Too many changes creates insecurity, confusion, and chaos. So one change at a time. That is why the second principle talks about evolutionary changes or incremental changes. Okay. Then respect current roles and responsibilities. That is the third principle. Do not reorganize or redefine roles. If a team has a development manager, he works as a product manager, let him be that. Developers are writing code, let them call them developers. There is a QA manager, don't say there is no manager or there is no, say you are the QA manager, whatever you are doing, continue with it. We will just redefine it, we will just improve it. but do not change the roles. Okay. If they are testing things manually, don't try to automate it early. Let them recognize the need of it and then get into it. Let it be. But gradually you get into, you divide the work, as in you have a proper flow, ready for dev, in dev, ready for QA, in QA, ready for release. Specific stages, mark each stage. So once the bug comes, it will come into bug, or a support ticket comes, it will come in a backlog. Correct. After backlog, analysis. Once the analysis is done, then ready for development. Once the development is done, then code review. Code review is done. Maybe you can segregate it after in dev to unit testing to code review to ready for QA, then in QA, then ready for release. So mark each stage with precision once, but no role is changed. Role is not changed. They are doing whatever they are doing. We are just segregating work into different stages because we want to see in which stage the work is getting stuck. And then that stage we will put a limit to, like we saw. So work is visible, hands off can be tracked, and bottlenecks can be seen. We can easily see. So if there are 8 columns on your board, and in one of the columns there are 8 tickets or 6 tickets, and rest of them have only 2 or 3 tickets, it is the column which has most tickets in, that's your problem. And then you sort it out. Maybe the issue, there are too many tickets in QA. So either you ask developers to also learn QA and take help from them, or you automate manual testing. See, there are 8 or 9 tickets in a QA, this thing. What are your options? Your options are either you limit, instead of 8, there should only be 3 tickets. The other option is you ask the developers to also learn QA. The other option is you automate. So you have to give 3, 4, 5 options, and then whatever option is comfortable with the team at that point, let them take a call, and then so on. But ultimately, you need a combination of all these things. You need to put a WIP limit also. You need to have that basic training in developers so that if there is a need, they can also help out in basic testing. Then you have to automate your testing also. So all of these steps are required, but one by one, you can introduce it to them. Then last, encourage acts of leadership at all levels. This is very important principle. It says that listen to everybody. Even if it is a junior developer, if he is giving you some suggestion and that suggestion is valid, we can experiment with it. Let us say a junior guy says that we need to add a new column ready for deployment, and send a mail to the DevOps team that we have a bug which is ready to be deployed, so that they are aware something is coming their way and they are prepared for it. What is happening is suddenly we are giving them tickets and they are not prepared. They also need to get their approvals. It delays the deployment process. That's a junior guy's suggestion. You cannot brush that off. Leadership should come from all levels. It is not only the top guy. And this is a cultural change. This is most difficult to implement, especially not only India, South Asia, I would say. I've worked with some of the Japanese teams also. It's tough. So this is a culture thing that anybody and everybody can give a suggestion. It is not who is giving the idea, but what is the idea. That is more important, not who. So everybody should give an idea, and whosoever's idea is beneficial to the team, you can start experimenting with it. So we can add ready for deployment column, and if it helps getting the deployments quicker, then continue with this idea. Otherwise, drop it and see something else. But the point is, this principle says it does not matter where the idea comes from, and the Scrum Master has to encourage everybody to give an idea. So make sure everybody is heard. You cannot dismiss any, hey, you don't have experience, go away. Hey, you are just a QA, why are you giving suggestions to dev team? No. QAs can also give, sometimes QA will say, okay, there are too many bugs. Maybe we can look at the unit testing process. Don't developers have a tendency, hey, you are a QA, you should not. No, no. If the idea is valid, then we can use it. Even the developers can say, okay, QAs may not be testing too many scenarios. Let them test more scenarios so that we get less bugs from production. They can also suggest that. So basically, suggestions should come from everywhere, and any suggestion coming from anywhere, if it is valid, people can try to experiment with it. That is the whole idea of this principle. So 4 principles. Start with what you do now, incremental changes, no change of roles and responsibilities, and leadership from all the levels, so that everybody's idea is equally important. So these are the 4 principles, and along with the 6 practices. If you can explain these 4 principles and tell the 6 practices, that's your Kanban. But essentially, you can forget about everything, but visualize the board, which means create a Kanban board, have a clear cut demarcation of each stage your bug or support ticket goes through. Its development is done, it is ready for dev, in testing, ready for testing. All the aspect of should be clear, and you have to put a WIP limit. And WIP limit should be, you can start with 2 or 3. Maybe with experienced people can take 4 tickets also, but typically anybody and everybody should not be assigned more than 3 tickets. Maybe 4 if they are experienced. And each column, then you can decide. So let us say everybody, so my developer should not have more than 3 tickets in dev. And I have 3 developers. So what is the WIP limit I can set? 9. There is one QA dev lead also. He will only work on the code review. Fine. We can assign him 3 code review tasks. So at any given point of time, 9 tickets can be in dev with those 3 devs, and 3 tickets could be in my code review with that lead. So you can start off with something like this. So WIP limits, you should be clear how you can, and then you should be clear with the concept, but let the team decide whatever limits they want to set. That is one. And of course, the other one is creating a Kanban board. So those things, 2 things you should be knowing. Okay. Then explain them 6 step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then explain them 4 principles. You are good for Kanban. But if you can forget everything, do not forget the board and the stages of work and putting the limits. Why do we put limits? Because it is better to put limits and complete the work rather than having too much WIP and not completing the work items. Okay, so this is done. Now let us go on to the metrics. What are the metrics which we are going to use? The first metrics which we use in Kanban is throughput. The first metric is throughput. How many tickets are getting done within a week, or maybe 2 weeks, or maybe 3 weeks, whatever. But typically you would say how many tickets moved from any status to status of done in the last 5 days, in the last 10 days, in the last 15 days, whatever time frame you are taking up. So let us say from Monday to Friday, my team did 13 tickets. I ran a Jira filter and it gave me that from any status to done, how many tickets got done? It says 13. So 13 is my throughput. If I take a higher time frame, I can take 15 days, maybe it is 45 or 50, whatever it is. But whatever time frame you are taking, in that time frame, how many tickets moved to done status, done or closed status. That is your throughput. How many tickets the team was able to resolve. That is called throughput, and throughput is the most critical parameter or metric in Kanban. Because those teams are judged on how many support tickets or bug fixes they were able to do in production. So customers are waiting for these fixes. So their major concern or criteria is to assess how many tickets were able to resolve. Which is why if your throughput is low and your WIP is high, it is a problem. So that is why you have to limit your WIP so that, see, if I am working on 50 tickets, and I have 5 people, everybody is working on 10 tickets, they will not be able to concentrate. I say rather than working on 50 tickets, you work only on 30 tickets. But instead of completing 5 tickets, complete 15 tickets. So you reduce the WIP to increase the done items. So that is the whole. If you can explain this, this is enough. This is enough to clear the interview. So that at least they will know you have an idea of how to run a Kanban team. Okay. This is how do you increase the delivery. Okay. Now, the second is there is a concept called lead time and cycle time. What is this concept? So let us say I raise a ticket that there is some issue in the login functionality. I raise a ticket on Monday. Somebody picks that ticket on Wednesday. And they work on it on Wednesday and Thursday, they test it on Friday. Friday, end of the day, that ticket is deployed to production and my issue is fixed. When did I raise this ticket? Monday. When did this ticket got closed? Friday. So how many days it took from the time I raised a ticket to the time the ticket got closed? 5 days. 5 days is my lead time. Lead time is the time taken to resolve any issue from the day you have raised the ticket. So if I raise a ticket with your, let us say, Rupa's handling a team, I register a ticket with Rupa's team on Monday. And it gets resolved on Friday. So all these 5 days is my lead time. Total time taken from the day you have raised the ticket to the day it got closed. So let us say it was 5th January and the ticket was raised on 31st December, or 1st January, the ticket was raised on 5th. Whatever the entire days is your cycle time, lead time. Total number of days. Now, when was the ticket taken by the dev team? Although the ticket was raised on Monday, but the team did not have the time to look into it. They had other high priority works. So they started working on it on Wednesday. So the ticket got in progress on Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They took 3 days to resolve this ticket. That is your cycle time. Cycle time is the time to resolve the ticket from the day you started working on it to the day it got closed. So although the ticket was raised on Monday, but my team started to work on it only on Wednesday. So Monday to Friday is my lead time, which is 5 days. My cycle time is 3 days from Wednesday to Friday. 2 days was the waiting period. 3 days is the actual resolution period. But the total time taken to fix this issue was 5 days. So, but these 3 days, I need to know, the use case for this is that I need to know the internal efficiency of my team. First, you get the concept right, then we'll get into why do you use when. So Who can tell me what is the lead time? Lead time is the total time taken to resolve a ticket from the day the ticket was opened. Total time when a work item is requested to when it is delivered. Total time from work item when it is requested to the work item when it is closed. Close ticket, close date minus the create date. Close date minus requested date or create date. That is your lead time. Closed date or closed or done date minus in progress date. That is your cycle time. Priyanka, Suganya, you guys are clear on this? What is lead time and what is cycle time?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, why do I need this information of lead time? Okay, let me show you how this looks like on a chart. I have a chart.
Sir, one question I have.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, for Kanban board also, do we send reports or it is just
Yes, we send throughput report. That is first. Then we send cycle time and lead time report. Then we actually cycle time and lead time already there on a graph. I'll show you that. But we send the throughput report. Throughput report is we find out how many tickets are done in a particular span of period. It could be 5 days, 15 days, 20 days, whatever these guys are asking. That is up to the management. They can say, okay, I need the throughput for 10 days. So you calculate it for 10 days. They could say it for 15 days. They could say it for 20 days, whatever they are asking. They could do it for weekly also.
okay, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Now let me show you. Now this is little tricky. I'm not going to get into too much details. You are going to get confused. So it's one of the most advanced analytics for this thing, but this is a very simple thing. But based on this, we run a lot of other things. Okay. So this is how a cycle time chart looks like. There is something called control chart in Jira. Once you open a control chart, then there is an option of looking into cycle time on a scatter plot. Don't worry about these big words. It's not very difficult. I'll explain. See, from January to July, these are the different bugs which are done by my team. If you look, so this is the time frame. These are the days, how many days it took. Cycle time is how much time my team took to resolve these bugs. Okay. Now, if you look at this, this is 50, 70, 95. So if you look at this, this is a 20-day. So this is 20-day cycle time. If you look at this, 95% of the bugs were resolved within 20-day period. So this is the only information which is useful to a Scrum Master. I mean, there are other things also, but when you're starting out, this is the main information. If they ask you what is cycle time, what is lead time, you know what is lead time and cycle time. But what is the application of this? The application of finding the cycle time is you look at the cycle time scatter plot and you find out how 90% or 95% of your bugs are done in how much period. So looking at this chart, this team completes 95% of its bugs within 20 days, which means now if they ask me what is the SLA I can give, I can say I can give you an SLA of 21 days. So any bug comes within 21 days, we can resolve it. Is this concept clear? Basically, Why do we need to find the information for lead time? Lead time tells you the total time taken by your team to resolve anything. So looking at lead time graphics, you would know that 90% of your bugs are getting resolved in 5 days. So if they ask the SLA, you can say, okay, 7 days SLA we can give. Because I have the data to prove that 90% of my bugs are getting resolved within 5 days. This information is useful to the management to give an SLA to the client. And this is based on empirical process control, which means you have real-time data in proving that most of your bugs will be done. So, but let us say you ignore this data. Your team is taking 12 days is the lead time for your 90% of the bugs. And yet you give a SLA of 7 days. What will happen? There will be frequent breaches of the SLA and escalations will come. Now there could be a situation where the organization wants, it is 12 days, but the customer is asking for a 7-day SLA. In that case, you can say, okay, it is the lead time which is a problem. So we can add more resources, then that will solve your problem. So these are the applications. So for interview purpose, you tell 6 practices, 4 principles, good. Metrics, the most important metrics is throughput. The next most important metrics is lead time and cycle time. Why do you need lead time? You need lead time because you need to know most of your bugs are being handled in how many days. Based on that, you can set an SLA with the client. This information is enough. Why do you need lead time? Because based on lead time, you can set up a SLA to the client. So if the lead time is 5 days, you can say that most of your bugs will be fixed in 7 days and you give an SLA of 7 days. Now, cycle time is, let us say, cycle time is basically a time taken to check the efficiency of the team. So let us say my cycle time is the actual time taken by my team to fix issues. So let us say my lead time was 5 days, my cycle time was 3 days, and I gave a SLA of 7 days. Now in the last 15 days, I look at my graph and my cycle time shows from 3 days, it shows to 6 days. It is doubled, which means there is a problem in my team. Either the code review or the unit testing or the testing, there is some problem, which is why my cycle time has doubled. So this gives you a very good idea if there is a problem. Suppose the lead time increases, cycle time is still 3 days, but the lead time instead of 5 days, it has gone to 8 days, which means if the resources are working fine, the internal efficiency is fine. It's just that too many tickets are now coming and we are waiting for the people to take those tickets. So that's a bandwidth issue. That's not a problem with the team. You are getting me? Don't worry, you can ask 100 questions. These are little tricky. I'm not even getting into too many. Kanban is a very interesting this thing. There is something called cycle time, lead time. These were actually, there was an MIT researcher who got into all this, and he established few strategies based on that. There is a Monte Carlo simulation strategy also. These are very, very interesting and beautiful things if you want to get into too much into it. But for now, you're just starting out. So how do you start with these things? You understand these things that, see, for a support team, for example, you are working for a Airtel and Airtel has a this internet support team. So you need to know, if I open a ticket today with Airtel that my internet is not working, what is the maximum ceiling within which my ticket will be resolved? Based on that, you can set up an SLA. So that's your lead time. Total time taken for an issue to get resolved. Now, that is one thing. The other thing is how my team is internally efficient or not. So if the total time taken is 10 days, actual work time is what? That is your cycle time. So let us say actual work time is 6 days. And it is very important to segregate the two. How much time is the waiting period and how much is the actual work time to work on that. If the actual time of work is increasing, then that's a problem with my internal efficiency. If the wait time is increasing, that is too much. It could be buggy product, too many issues, or it could be less resources. It could be either on those lines. So it is very important to distinguish between these two, and you can distinguish between these two with the help of cycle time and lead time. Lead times use cases, it is used to find the SLA. Cycle time is used to find the internal flows efficiency. That's the two lines which you have to remember. Throughput is the total number of tickets done by my team. It's the real output of my team. Lead time, I need to know to finalize the SLA. Cycle time, I need to know to find the internal efficiency of my team. So those are the three lines which you have to remember out of all this conversation. If you forget everything else, I don't care. But three lines you have to remember so that you can utter it in your interview. The rest of the things, if you are interested, that's nice. But that interest will develop. And personally, for me, it took me one failed team. So I was telling you guys, I had a team which I had only handled core development teams. Now, suddenly I was given a support team. They were handling production issues, and I was forcing them to use Scrum. And the results were very bad. I was struggling very badly. Then, of course, I got into Kanban. I researched and found out this is how you are going to use. This is way back, I think, Corona years or maybe even earlier. So I was struggling badly. So then, of course, when I introduced WIP and all those, we were able to clear the backlog and we were fine. And one other interesting, and once everything was clear, we were good. I was fired from that position. So that's a separate story. Sometimes good work is not appreciated by a lot of other folks in your organization. That can also happen. And yes, that's a, yeah, Mohammed sir. But I learned a lot. I learned so much and I was so effective. Somebody else appreciated and she got me into a different product, and that product went on to become very huge success. If I hadn't done this, I wouldn't have got that opportunity. So these things were like, yeah, Mohammed sir.
So, see, regarding the SLAs, so there are different SLAs for different priority tickets, right? So we'll have a different graphs for each one of them.
Yes, those kind of that we can find out here. Yes, you're right. So high priority or critical bugs would have a different graph. You can label it and find this information out. Yes, correct. Okay, but see, that's what I'm saying. Don't get into too many details. For the interview purpose, this is enough that you know throughput, you know lead time, you know cycle time. Lead time you need to know because that helps you define the SLA. Cycle time you need to know. It defines the internal efficiency of your team. Now, let me... Yes, Deepak sir.
Yeah, it's a silly doubt actually. Kanban and Scrum, okay, they are fine. Concepts are fine. What if they ask for a dev team, have you implemented Kanban? Can you implement Kanban? So we should say no, it is only for support team, or
yes, for a team which is feature development oriented. They want more and more features to be delivered, and they have a structure to it. They have a roadmap, as in they want in the next 2 months, they want to deliver this. The next 2 months, they want to deliver this. They have a structure and they want to deliver features. That's your Scrum.
okay.
If there is no structure, priorities keep changing. The important thing is to fix production issues. Lot of bugs are coming, support tickets are there, flow is uneven. That's your Kanban.
What if they say
70,
both are
80% of the work is stories, then that's your Scrum team. 60 to 70%, 80% of the work is bugs, 10-20% stories, that's your Kanban team. There is a 50-50 mix. That's your Scrum Ban team, but I don't recommend it, but I'll tell you how to use that also. It's a combination of Scrum and Kanban. But it's tedious, but still in the interview they may ask you, so I'll explain you that also. Okay, so now let me go to the CFD. Again, CFD is a very advanced analytics tool, but I'm going to touch the very basics of it. Okay, so that you can know, but on a basic level, it is required you should know, and you'll be able to understand it also. They may ask you what is a CFD. I will explain you one sec. Okay, good. It's a tricky thing, but I will explain you a very simple one first, and then okay. I'll show it in our Jira also. So this is basically a CFD. CFD is nothing but a cumulative flow diagram. It checks the flow of tickets in our queue. So for this particular CFD, it has 3 bands. 3 bands means 3 different statuses of tickets. So this is to do, this is in progress, this green one is done. So ideally, these 3 bands should be in parallel and they should have a steep curve upwards. Parallel and going upwards. This is an ideal way, which means the work is coming. The work is getting in progress also, and it is getting done also. This is a problem. If some bands, so these bands basically show the progress. Now, if there is I will show you. So these bands, if they, see, they are in parallel, steep upward. See the steep line, if it is steep, the nature of the inclination is 45 degrees or more, then it means the work is getting done beautifully. If there is a sudden bulge here or sudden fattening of the flow, I mean, there is sudden, I'll show you that here. So this is getting narrow. Let us say, this is the widening. So let us say suddenly there is widening of this. There is, which means there are too many tickets in progress. Which is why wherever you will see one of the bands getting thicker. So this in progress band is getting thicker. Thicker means the done items are getting flat. See now here the band, this thing was very narrow. If this was narrow, then there would be a steep curve here. See this curve. This is going upwards. Now this is a flat curve. Flat curve means items are not getting done. Why items are not getting done? Because there are too many items piling up here. There are too many items in progress. It could be code review, it could be unit testing, it could be some review, whatever. But CFD is a diagram which tells you if there is a problem in the flow in your team. If your done bar is getting flattened and the in progress bars are thickening, then there could be some bottlenecks in your team. That's the very basic of CFD. CFD in its essence basically is a 3-band flow diagram which tells you the flow of tickets in your team. If one flow is getting widened, it means either the work is not getting done. It could be this one also. This to do also could be flattening up, which means there are no new tickets coming in the team. Then you have an excessive capacity in the team. You can, so let us say if I have 10, 15 days, I see a flat line here, which means my team is not getting too many tickets. That's a good thing, which means I can use my bandwidth in some other teams, or I can release those resources. I can check with the client. I see a decrease in the number of tickets. How did I see? I see a flat line on my to-do, which means there are no new tickets coming into my queue. So is it going to be the trend, or is it temporary? They say, no, we have stopped one line of business or whatever. And then based on that, we can release our resources. Or this was this is a narrow line. Narrow line means work is getting done. Suddenly there is a thickening. Thickening means the work is not getting done. So if you look at this also, again, this is narrowing down. Narrowing down means either the new work is not coming in, or we are doing things very quickly. So those are your interpretations, very basic interpretations. You can research more on this, but I would say not now. Get into some, and then you can. So if this says, if a band on CFD is continuously narrowing down, that means the throughput of that stage it represents is higher than the entry rate, which means we are doing more work than our capacity. Maybe if this is the case, then we can have our resources move to some other product or project, which means we are only getting 5 tickets, but we have the capacity to solve 10 tickets. This is why this band is very low. Then these are basic. I'll show you a little complicated one also. Can I show a complicated one? Okay, let me show a complicated one. CFD. What did I open here? CFD. Okay, this is a nice, this is no problem at all. This is a easy diagram. Cumulative flow diagram is a diagram which tells you the flow of tickets in your team, and it has 3 bands, and those bands, if they are steep and they are going in the upward direction in parallel, then it is fine, no problem. See there is this is 8th of May till 10th of May. There is a flattening line here. Flat line. When there is a flat line, see, this in progress band is thicker now, because things are not getting done because they are piling up here. Now again, from 10th till 12th, suddenly we were able to close a lot of tickets. See, these are how many tickets? So if I look at this from this point, these are 10 tickets and 14. I think we closed 3 or 4 tickets. And this is why in progress got narrowed. So this is all you need to know for now. That this is how you can read these charts to find out if there is a problem in the flow of your team. This is enough for your interview needs. See, this is a little tricky chart. See, these are in progress. These are different stages of this thing. See, if you look at this, this is yellow, ready for QA. Suddenly there is an up curve here. And which means a lot of things from QA got done. So these are different So if you look at this, these are done. So done ticket got done is like flattened here because there is a pile up here. Then this is done from this point to this point is a very steep curve because see, nothing was getting piled up. This yellow was narrow, this green was narrow, this orange was narrow, but suddenly here there is a lot of build up here in the QA. So these are ways you can actually find your flows. In our Jira also it will show you like that. One sec, I can show you that also. But it'll because we are not closing tickets in time and all that, it will show very bad this thing, but again it will show something. What it shows you, I'll tell you. One sec. Where are the reports? Okay, I'll show you this. Okay. So this is, if I go to reports, see, burn up, sprint, burn down, and velocity are grayed out because this is a Kanban board. It says require sprints. This is grayed out. We are in Kanban now. So the two, I can go to cycle time and the cumulative flow diagram. So cumulative, see, because we only had backlog to do and done. I think we created our project now. Let us see in that how it is showing. Where is the, okay. So it is showing control chart also. Control chart will have your both lead time and cycle time, but primarily cycle time. So you can go to your this thing, free account, and look into all these things also. CFD, it should show me 4 bands. CFD is a 3-band flow diagram, or 4-band or 5-band, depending on how many statuses you have in your. Hey, why is it? I think it's not loading up for some reason. Let me try this. This is the board which we created on Friday. Let us see this. It will not be a 3-band. It will show all these bands: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What the hell are reports? Oh, my old eyes. Why is it not showing reports? One sec. Here. Okay. Let me open the CFD. See what a hodgepodge, because we created it just on same day, and it is telling you these are the number of tickets done. This is showing you different time. So it is showing different. See, I can. So I want to just see to do in dev. That's it. So I can manipulate this also to seeing what is my, let us say I suspect in testing and code reviews are my issues. Can I check that? Yeah, I can just check that. So obviously this is not a proper this thing because our data is not organic, but this is how you basically look into this. So CFD, cycle time, lead time, throughput. Those are your 4 major metrics in Kanban. Just by knowing this, you are better than 95% of the candidates. Very few people can actually explain Kanban, even at a basic level. So I go to interviews and it's horrible. Scrum, they obviously would know a little bit, but Kanban, nobody knows. And then they try to implement Kanban, Scrum into support teams. Support teams, they don't have a concept of velocity. They are not even working on major enhancements. They are working on bugs. So for bugs, it is the cycle time and the lead time which is more important. One other point, you can also use cycle time and lead time in tracking bugs for your Scrum teams also. So for Scrum teams, you can use story points for velocity for your stories, but for tracking bugs, you have to use cycle time and lead time. So I hope this is clear. All of you are so serious now. Don't worry, these are new things. You will take a look at it for 2-3 days, they'll be fine. Just don't worry. I used to be even more briefer earlier, but then I realized these days in interview they are asking these things. So I can't skip it here. They may ask you what is cycle time, what is lead time, what are the metrics you use in Kanban. So I wish they would not ask, but since they are asking, I am compelled to tell you. Okay. If I don't tell you, then you will blame me tomorrow. So I have to tell you, but I'm not getting into too many details because this is, especially CFD is a very advanced analytics tool. So not getting into too much things, but basic level, you can know it is done is getting flat, in progress is getting widened. There is some problem. So you can identify that problem. So in interviews, this is enough if you know these things. Then one other metric is important in Kanban, which is your blocked item. How many blocked items? What is the percentage of blocked items? That also. Then another, which all of you we have discussed, your WIP. How much is your WIP? What is, so in a particular period of 10 days, how much is your WIP? So after 10 days, from day 1 to day 10, let us say I have 18 tickets in progress and 13 tickets in done. That is fine. Imagine if I had 25 tickets in progress and only 3 in done. Then I have to revisit my work in progress. There are too many working. So the ratio of work in progress to done items should be reasonable. If there are too many WIP and less done, then there is a problem. So this is how you can explain. Cycle time, lead time, CFD, what else? WIP, blocked items. That's it. That should be enough here. PC sir, now you tell me, you were asking one day, tell quickly about the metrics. Can we quickly tell about the metrics? Not possible, right?
No, it's okay. Yes, we can. Yeah, yes.
You got it. Now I have to give a proper explanation. Yeah, Vilasha ji.
Sir, here WIP we are talking, it means total number of work item in progress, not the WIP limit. That is something different.
Ha. Correct. Yes. Total number of work items, not the WIP limit.
Okay. But
Yes.
total number of work in progress items can be reduced by applying the
Correct.
WIP limit.
Absolutely correct. Okay. So is this clear? 6 principles, 6 practices, 4 principles, and 6 or 7 metrics. This is your Kanban. Go through it again. You should be able to talk about Kanban for at least 15, 20, 25 minutes. And you definitely have to say that you have experience in handling a support team. Because 60-70% of the work, at least in the Indian industry, is support only. So support teams are handled through Kanban, and very few people actually know how to handle Kanban teams. Even if you handle at a basic level, it will be better than anybody else who's doing it in a very, I'm sure in some people who are actually worked with the support teams, they have a very, how they handle support teams is horrible. So, okay. Then last question they will ask is, what is the difference between Scrum and Kanban? So now you know both. Let us understand. Is there sprints in Kanban?
No.
No.
So in Scrum, we work in a fixed iterative way. And in Kanban, there is a continuous flow of tickets. There are no sprints. So that is one. Are there roles in Kanban?
No.
No.
There are no roles in Kanban, but in Scrum, there is a product owner, there is Scrum team, there is a Scrum master. All these roles are there. In Kanban, there are no roles. In Scrum, how is the planning? The planning is for 10 days or 20 days or 30 days, depending on your sprint cycle. In Kanban, typically there is no planning.
Yeah.
Constantly work is coming in and it is pulled as per the capacity. So the work, 15 tickets are coming, 20 tickets are coming, but we have a WIP limit. Remember, we had a WIP limit. We saw that on Friday, we had a WIP limit. So let us say my team can handle 15 tickets. Tickets can come, 20 tickets can come, 30 can come, but we will only be handling 15. So let us say my limit is 4 tickets. I can do 1 code review and 3 development tickets. So as soon as 1 gets done, I can pull more work. You understood this, right? So let us say Kiran is the tester. He has, his limit is, he's an experienced tester. He can have 4 tickets in testing. So as soon as 1 gets done, he will pull 1 more from ready to testing into in testing. And this is all dynamically happening. So there is no planning happening. Is this clear? Then board every 10 days or every 20 days, the board gets a reset in Scrum. But there is a continuous board in Kanban. We use the same board, it keeps on going. Then events, Scrum has prescribed events. In Kanban, it is flexible, but typically you will have a daily connect and a weekly connect and a monthly service review with the management. If there is in the middle of the sprint, something comes up, there is a change management process. If it is a critical item, then we will take it up, but we will do a swapping with a low priority item. Remember, this is what we do in Scrum. But in Kanban, if something high priority comes, we can immediately take it up. We can put any day, anything critical comes up, we can immediately take it up. There is no problem. We can change anytime. New work can be pulled up any day. Metrics, velocity is the main metric here. Throughput and cycle time, lead time. The velocity, sprint burn down, sprint burn up. Velocity, sprint burn down, sprint burn up, epic burn down, release burn down, all those metrics. Here, cycle time, lead time, CFD, all those things. Then if teams have a proper roadmap, they have a proper structure. If they know they have to deliver in the first quarter, they have to deliver 3 features. In the next quarter, they have to deliver 2 features. They have a clear product roadmap. They are a structured team. they need to deliver features, then Scrum. If a team is not structured, uneven workflow is there, you need flexibility, lot of unplanned work is coming, criticalities keep on changing, too many bugs and support tickets, Kanban. Is this clear, the difference between these two? So in the interview, do you know Kanban? Yes, it is a visual workflow method where we use WIP and use throughput and 6 steps. This is how you implement it. 4 principles, the underlying philosophy behind it, and 5 or 6 metrics, and the difference between Kanban and Scrum. If you can explain all these 4 things, you know Kanban. Is this good?
Plus, we don't need to know CFD in detail, right? Just we need to know what it is.
I would not stop you if you are interested, you know more and more, but these are like rabbit holes. We can spend next 3 months in metrics only, but no need of getting too much into it. But you should know enough about Kanban to clear an interview. But once you get in, then you can explore in detail these things. But difference between Scrum and Kanban, what metrics you use in Kanban, how do you do Kanban, which teams you will apply Kanban, that's all. These are enough. Why do you use cycle time? In order to know the internal efficiency of the team. Why do you need to know lead time? In order to know the SLA. Why do you need a CFD? To visually see where my bottlenecks are. If done, status done is a flat line and code review is widening, that means code review is the problem. Or in QA is widening, that's a problem. Then you can set the WIP limits. How do you set WIP limits? You go to the column, click on the 3 dots, you can set the WIP limits. And by setting up the WIP limits, you are making people focus on few items so that they can complete it. Okay. Any questions, further questions? Next, tomorrow we'll take up easy things. Okay, don't worry.
Sir, I have one question. Actually, I shared my CV to somewhere who is Scrum Master, and the question was that rate yourself or give points in Lean and Kaizen. I have not replied yet, but actually, I'm not
So give
confident.
yourself 8 or 9. If
Okay.
is it 1 out of 10 or what is it?
No, just 8 points. Rate yourself. It was the
So rate your
question.
points. What is the scale?
Let's say out of 5.
Out of 5, give 4.
Okay.
Give 4. Okay. Are you a good Scrum Master or a bad Scrum Master? The answer is don't think about it in good or bad terms. Think, are you an effective Scrum Master or an ineffective Scrum Master? Effective Scrum Master is a Scrum Master that will diagnose the problems properly and give solutions. Sometimes you will fail also. That does not make you a bad Scrum Master. It makes you an ineffective Scrum Master. And then you learn from your mistakes and then you apply newer practices or modified practices, and then you can be more effective Scrum Master. This way of looking as good and bad is not very productive. So you have to look at in sometimes your practices are effective, sometimes they are ineffective. There will never be a time when everything will be fine. Things will go bad. You will identify the reasons, fix them, then there will be a spell of good productivity, then again. So these cycles will continue. But as long as you are well aware, so for a Scrum team, you are well aware of the good practices of a Scrum team. If a Scrum team is struggling, they are not able to complete stories, you can identify it. You will be able to identify your day-to-day blockers. You will be able to identify them, how to estimate those stories. You will be able to identify whether they are doing good grooming calls or not. Are they doing good planning meetings or not? Are they doing interactive demos or not? In the retrospectives, if people are blaming each other, then that's not a safe environment. You will coach them into a safe environment where people don't blame people, they blame practices. Don't say Kiran is a bad developer, say code reviews or unit testing is happening correctly or not. Let's assess that. So that is the culture. So that is your Scrum. Then coming to Kanban, all these things which we explained today. So now you can handle a Scrum team, you can handle a Kanban team. You know the difference between two. Then we will get into why people are not able to complete their task. What are the major issues? We'll assess that. Then we will get into agile principles and Scrum principles. We'll quickly go through that because they will want you to tell them in detail. The most popular question is, which is your favorite agile value or which is your favorite agile principle? You need to tell a couple of them like that. So then we will get into risk management, conflict management, stakeholder management, these three things. Then we will get into CI/CD. Then we will get into SAFe. So when is your last day, by the way, for this batch?
We started from
October 4th, sir, maybe.
Yeah.
October 4th. Okay, we have time. Okay, fine. This is good. Okay, I think. Yeah, by the way, Abhilasha, I saw your CV just before the class. One issue is there. Don't say Scrum Master / QA lead.
Okay.
Last two organizations, you were Scrum Master. Before that, you can say you were the QA lead, and then you were an intern Scrum Master. You moved into this role, but in the last two organizations, you were the Scrum Master.
Okay.
Don't confuse them.
Mhm.
Okay, you were the
Understood.
Scrum Master. No confusion. No tech lead come Scrum Master, tech lead, all that nonsense. You were the
Mhm.
Scrum Master. That's it.
Okay. Yes.
Sir, I also have shared my resume with you.
Let me look into it here. So that was a major issue in your CV. You have to clearly mention that you were a Scrum Master.
Sir, one more thing is like in my organization, if the designation will be SDT2, like when they're giving the release letter. So if I write Scrum Master here, no problem.
No problem. Yes.
Okay.
They ask you, they say, this is what Scrum Masters are called in my organization. They give this designation.
Okay.
That is fine. Some people will catch you, but 80% you will get through.
Yeah, because the designation is of a tester. So, okay.
Designation of a tester.
Yes, SDT. So
And they did not change the designation. That's all.
oh, they did not change the designation. Okay.
They
Okay.
did not change the designation. That's fine. Some people will object to it. Some people you will get through. So your no, yeah, this is not. I'm looking at Sudipta your CV.
Mm-hmm.
Very basic CV. Sorry, I can do this criticism, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay. Sorry if you are.
Mm-hmm.
So please don't. You are asking me to.
Yes, yes, please,
uh,
please. I
I-
want to. I want
This
to.
is a very basic thing. Make it more.
Like look wise, you are saying because the score
It
was.
will looking very simple. It should not look like this. It should look like a professional CV. This looks like a intern CV. Yeah. Very simple CV. It should have proper columns and all those. I think this girl is fine. There's a sample CV. You
Hmm.
guys.
But everything is not getting accommodated there.
No, but your the fonts which you are using, the alignment, all these things. Earlier, when the market was fine, we could have got away. But now your CV should look very pretty also.
Okay.
The alignment, the font, the ATS score. But these days you have so many AI tools now. There is an AI tool called Job. There is some site called
Job seeker.
Job
Job.
scan.
Job
No,
scan.
job seeker is also one. Job seeker, they make you pay 50 rupees for it. That's it. But they give you, you put your CV in, they give you all sorts of crazy ideas. You can make a very good looking resume. Okay.
Okay.
So a high ATS score, but this is very beautified here. Is looking very simple. Okay.
Okay.
Apart from that, I'm looking at other things.
Okay. I just thought that ATS score only mattered because it was high, but okay.
No, I mean, not see if the calls are coming, then mind you, if calls are coming, then don't change anything. And I have seen some badly written CVs, but they are getting calls. Don't change it. Please don't change. You only change it if the calls, since you said calls are not,
Calls are not coming. Fine. Then I need to change it.
I don't care. You send them a crap CV. If you are getting calls, don't change it. Joey said you are going to change. No, no, no. I'm not saying change it.
No.
Baba, if calls are coming, CV चल रहा है तो चलने दो यार.
Got
Abhi,
it.
if it is not working, then you have to adapt. Okay.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So, okay. See, this is in key skills. Where is estimation?
Velocity is there, no, sir?
No, you want me to hire a Scrum Master who says in key skill estimation is not there. Then who will should I hire somebody else for estimation? You got my point, right? It's a very basic skill here. I will not hire somebody. I'm being very this thing.
No, please tell me. I need to change these things.
So
Yeah.
estimations, you have to estimations, prioritizations, you have to, Kanban also you have to, Kanban is there, Scrum Kanban.
Yeah.
Agile say, no, you put everything, planning, retro, all those 5-6 things. Conflict
Okay.
resolution, then put risk management also.
Okay.
Okay. Then certifications, fine. So then communicated with various stakeholders and gathered, partnered with cross-functional teams to deliver across mobile and no, this is partner with cross-functional teams to deliver across mobile and this is not even making grammatical sense. Again, I'm sorry, but you asked. So I have no choice but to. You cannot.
Please,
Joey,
I'm
you
not
are rude.
thinking.
I am not rude. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not thinking that. I just want to know because this what I wanted to
Like
write
the
is
grammar,
related
the
to my.
sentence construction should be good. You are sending it to PwC or all the good companies. They will not accept this. Proper sentence, proper check everything, na grammar, sentence, spelling mistakes, all of those things. So this is not making any sense. Partnered with cross-functional teams to deliver
What did I miss? Okay.
then next sentence should be introduce DOR and amplify team efficiency by 15. How did you amplify by 15%? When you say amplify, what do you mean? Increase in throughput or velocity?
Oh my God.
You can say velocity. You can say earlier they were completing 10 stories, then they were able to complete 12 or 13 stories because stories were not getting blocked because you were already taking, you were already talking about dependencies and blockers. That is fine.
Okay.
See, whatever you are writing, they will ask you.
Yes.
Okay. Ensured compliance across multiple gaming jurisdictions through gaming jurisdictions.
Yeah, actually, sir, I'm into this betting company, right? So, like for Nevada, Kentucky, Sarka, the jurisdictions like this rules are different. So, based on that, the apps are also different. So, we talk when we give the review, they see those things.
But put it in your highlights that you have worked with big companies such as all these.
Okay.
See, you have to sell yourself, right? So you have to put these things that, so you have worked with the EA, you have worked with NVIDIA, all those companies, right?
Yes, and CDAC.
I always used to wonder who is working for EA because I used to lose in FIFA. So you were the one.
Yeah.
Okay, no, no. This is, but please do these improvements and put more points here.
So, okay.
Okay, one
So
second.
just,
One second.
Mm.
This is project overview. You were saying business analyst.
yes.
You
Because
want
no,
no Scrum Master?
sir, actually
You are
my
putting
previous,
business analyst in your CV and you are expecting to get calls on Scrum Master.
okay, sir, I
Whatever you
was
are smoking, I need it, yeah, please. You are smoking something that we really need. No, boss, you are
no,
from
actually my
August
previous,
22, you are saying that you are working as a business analyst. No, boss,
okay,
change it to Scrum Master.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, and also I'll remove that SDT2 bracket in Scrum Master or just Scrum Master?
You are a Scrum Master.
Okay, okay.
So,
Because I was like more worried what.
it should be the role, Scrum Master, then the company name and the duration.
Okay.
And then in your last company, you cannot just put 3 points, put 4, 5, 6 points.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Then
Last means in the previous one, like the EA.
in the current company, whatever is your current company,
Mm-hmm.
you have to put 5, 6 points.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Then acting lead, Scrum facilitator. This will not work. Yeah, Scrum Master.
Scrum Master. This I can
Scrum
give
Master from, let us say, from 2022 to now, 3 years. So from 2019 to 22, Scrum Master. Before that, you were in a different position, and then you were promoted to Scrum Master.
Okay. So
Then,
this I will divide and write, or like this I will divide and write like 2019 to 22 Scrum Master, and okay.
Yes. So you have to show that from 19 till 22, you were a Scrum Master in EA, and then you moved on to another company and you were a Scrum Master there also.
Okay.
So far. So total experience of 5, 6 years as Scrum Master.
Okay.
Okay. Do those changes and then we can talk about
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And please, I'm sorry, but
Yeah, I just one more thing, sir. In CDAC, the designation was this. So here also the bracket supervisor designation I will remove. It was in my last year at CDAC.
no, don't put those. Put Scrum Master only.
Okay. 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 Then.
Put Scrum Master for your current company and your one previous company. For all other companies, you can put whatever you want.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And sir, one more doubt: is it like I was hearing, though not in the resume section, like if you try to put your CV at least in one page, like there is a more chance.
Yes. That is fine. One page. I can show you. There is a sample CV here. One sec. You guys would have it. It's there in
Yeah.
LMS.
There is like 3-page CV, so I was trying to put it in one page.
Maybe you can put a 2.5 page CV and then a 1 page CV. If 1 page CV is not working, then try 2.5 page CV also.
Okay, yeah, okay.
It's basically you are experimenting, yeah.
Hmm.
If this is not working, something else, then you change to something else. If see, try a CV for 10, 12, 13 days. If it is you are not getting calls for 10, 15 days, there is some problem. You have to change it.
Okay.
And there is no exact science. I cannot tell you this is the CV that will get you calls. You have to play around with it.
Got it.
This CV had basic issues. It has lot of one. It is looking very basic. Other is you are not mentioned key skills. Then you are mentioning that you are working as a business analyst.
Okay, that is a problem. Because my previous designation was analyst, so I thought like, okay, if they're giving, but fine, no
You are
problem.
a
I'll
Scrum Master. No?
Scrum Master.
Then
Thank you, sir.
no problem here.
Sir, I also send my CV. Please check if the time permits, sir.
Yeah, no. Please, yeah. I'm going to check that.
Sir, apart from role, Should I update more?
No, your format is fine. Everything else is fine.
Mhm.
Just you have to mention Scrum Master and see if that works. If it does not
Hmm.
work, then we'll change something else.
Yes.
Where is yours? Okay, Venkatesh sir.
On September 2nd, I sent.
No, no, I'm able to see. This is good. Somebody is good. Very good. And Sudipta, DOR, DOD acceptance criteria, it should be
Yeah.
there. Agile facilitation, cross-skilling. Okay, this is good. So in Air Force, you were the IT transformation manager. In Air Force, do they actually use Agile or
There is
Scrum?
no Scrum Master actually, sir, but
No, but do they
we have
use this methodology?
at the starting, we are starting actually, sir.
Then it is good.
Only for the IT sector only.
Uh,
These were the questions I was asked in the interviews also.
uh,
Uh,
I think you have a rich profile. Mm, this is good here. It may take time, but you will get this thing. Good option here. Don't worry.
Sir, actually, I have sent you the JD also
Mm,
on September 2nd.
yes, yes. Achievements 90% audit compliance. Top. No, in your achievements, you have to mention some related to agile in the sense velocity got increased or the quality of the delivery was better, there were less bugs, something like that.
Right, sir.
Yeah. Rest is fine.
Right.
Yeah, this is good. Fine, fine. This is good, yeah. I think you should get a. So what were your teams producing? They were producing software for
Air Force in-house applications.
in-house applications. Fine. This is fine. But in your achievements, put some more agile related.
Right, sir.
Okay, this is fine. Then who else has sent me? PC sir has sent.
सर हाँ मेरा तो बहुत
PC sir, same problem. You got it right.
yes
इसको beautify
I
करो.
realize that yes
So
10
last
pages
company. Oh, LTI Mindtree is a very good brand. Yeah, it's a huge company. You have to leverage this. This is good. LTI Mindtree is a very good company. So इसको तो you can easily leverage. LTI Mindtree है. उससे पहले कौन सी है? Which is your LTI Mindtree हुई थी पहले. अच्छा.
I work actually around 10 years in LTM entry. Before that, actually, I was working with some other software company.
Oh. You will get options within your organization also here.
Yeah, but actually, I'm not prepared, right? That's why.
Now you are prepared here.
Yeah, yes.
Now
I
you
have
are
given 2, 3 interviews, but no luck because of they are asking some, crazy questions also.
technical lead manager. So you were technical lead manager, then you got into data engineering, waterfall method, then you got into agile methodology from 17. And then you have been using this is good, but make it more professional. There's a sample review CV है. make it very this thing here. Make it little more professional.
Okay, and one more thing in my CV actually, that experience, I have shown that is overlapping. That is okay, right? Because at the same time, actually, this particular project is over. Then, continue. I transfer to other project, right? So overlapping is there, 2 month or 3 month. Intentionally, actually, I put that, so it's okay, right?
They will ask you questions on it. That's the only.
Yeah. Because I was working in the same company, right? That's why actually. So
So
for continuity purpose, actually.
okay, that is fine. No, but why are you putting your company name again and again? Let it be one company and you can show different
Okay.
projects.
Mm-hmm.
That will make more sense. So this is good. The detail is good. This is fine here. This is decent. The only thing is just make sure there in the skills, project planning, stakeholder management, scaling, agile, release management, estimation techniques, agile metrics. Put Kanban, put Moscow invest estimation method में bracket में लिखो planning poker, t-shirt sizing, bucket sizing, and prioritization methods also mentioned in bracket. Put Moscow, Kano, WSFJ, those things you have to mention. The rest is fine here. You have to mention that you increase the velocity or decrease the bugs or something like that. That also needs to be. Baki, it's fine here.
But it is too many pages, right? So I wanted to make it
You have
as
to little
two page.
11 pages is just too much overkill. You have to.
2 pages. I think two and a half.
3 is also fine. 4 is also fine.
Okay. Also, sir, I mentioned no list of skill over there. Actually, it is technical skill. Will do, or if you see down, actually,
No need. No need.
no need. Okay. Because I thought actually I am aware about this all skill. That's why. But they would be
No, it should not be on the last page. It should be on the first page itself on the left hand side. Array, use some AI tool here. Give it to
Okay.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell it to make more precise. This is not a very good looking. You have to make more precise, not more than 3 to 4 pages. But your skills, it could be on the left hand side, your agile skills, on the right hand side, your technical skills. On the very first page itself, I should know, okay, this is the name of this guy, total experience, total IT experience, relevant agile experience, any great companies has he worked for, left hand side your achievements, right hand side your skills, or either way. So I should look at it and it should be use job seeker या कोई AI tool पे जाओ बनाओ और फिर से देखो.
Okay. And how to check, sir, ATS proof? Because I checked two website. Okay, I refer to website.
I think Naukri
They are,
itself has an ATS score.
sorry.
Naukri.com itself has an ATS score these days.
Okay. Because I refer to this thing AI tool, but they are showing me
Job
different.
seeker पे जाओ, it's a good tool. In the previous batch also, people were struggling, so they used it and it had good results.
Hmm.
I don't remember.
And one more thing actually I wanted to ask. Actually today actually I got call from, it's a opportunity at Canada. Okay, so we at this stage actually we have to try for that, or
Why not? Yes. Yes.
okay.
Yeah. What will happen? You will get rejected, but at least you will have a experience of speaking to them and interacting. Your next see, if you get 3 or 4 opportunities, you will crack one. But if you say no now, then it will not work.
Right.
You will apply for 100 places. In 90 places, you will get rejected. That is fine. You will get selected in 10 places. That's the whole idea. It is okay to be, and this is actually not rejection. It is, they may not like your profile, and that is fine. That can happen. You may not be the fit for that. So don't worry about that. Give interview here. Now you are Scrum, you can say all these things. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
You will fail, sir. You are not God. I am not God. We will all fail. That's fine. You have to be okay with rejection. But once you are rejected, you should know, okay, maybe I messed up here, I messed up here, I messed up here, and then try to improve in every interview. That's all you can do. टीम भी तो ऐसे ही चलाओगे, वो भी बेचारे फेल हो जाएंगे, क्या करोगे? You will encourage them to do better and better. This is how it works, right?
Okay.
Our education system doesn't teach us to be the kind of society we live in. Also is a तभी तो रोड भी नहीं है हमारे पास. What is the big deal in failing? Okay, we try. There is a method in. We tried, we failed, we learn, we evolve. This is how it works, right? Don't be scared. जाओ यार interview दो, tension नहीं लो.
Okay. And one more thing, actually, sir, we have to develop this portfolio, this thing, website for actually latest this thing. I mean,
Your own website?
yeah, one means our this thing as a Scrum Master and all, because
No.
no.
LinkedIn is
It's
enough.
okay, thank you.
LinkedIn is enough. If you can put Scrum Master in your LinkedIn profile and have few connects, that will help.
Mhm.
But ultimately, concept, they will check your concepts. If you know the concepts, हो जाएगा. How many interviews have you given so far? 2 or 3. Mock interview दिया आपने?
No.
अरे
मॉक इंटरव्यू नहीं दिया, लेकिन मैं इन हाउस मतलब मेरे कंपनी में दिया 3 इंटरव्यू.
no, give mock
लेकिन
interviews.
वो लोग वैसा समझता है ना कि वो लोग स्कैन करते हैं पहला, तो ठीक है, मीन्स व्हाट इज हिज बैकग्राउंड. सो I was working as a developer, so they are straight away now they are asking, actually, you are a background developer, so but they're asking questions. So, for example, previous interview, actually, they asked metrics and all. No? So, uh, apart from that, actually, I explain, all actual questions. But these metrics and all, I struggle for
So
that.
to all of you, I
Second,
would say, please give your mock interviews. Once you give mock interviews, then please give real-time interviews. अरे you all ज़्यादा दिमाग मत लगाओ यार. Don't overthink this. You have to give 20 interviews. That's it. Once you give 20 interviews, 100% you will have 2 to 4 offer letters. 100%. But don't make the same mistakes in every interview. You do an interview, then if you make a mistake, learn from it, and then improve it. If you have given 20 interviews, you would have 2-3 निकलेंगे, 100% निकलेंगे. This is how it works. Lot of people don't give enough interviews. Lot of people, I'm repeating, unless you give mock interviews, you will not get better at it. And treat it as real interviews. Okay. PC sir, don't worry यार. होगा, निकलेगा, टेंशन. ये दो कनाडा वाली अपॉर्चुनिटी 100% दो इंटरव्यू. Okay. Until you will fail, you will not succeed. This is how it works. Because at the first time of asking, it is very difficult to do things right here. Until, see, in my experience, I knew one, the guy, I had a guy who got, he was my friend, not in this, he had a 1.3 CR Amazon package. Scrum Master, 1.3 CR. His only good thing is that he used to keep on giving interviews. how do you get better at something here? You keep on doing it. That's how you learn those skills, right? So, but make sure you are checking your mistakes. Do not repeat the same mistakes again and again. And give lot of interviews. Once you get the flow of things, you will get it through. अब देखो सुदीप्ता मैडम हमारी बिजनेस एनालिस्ट लिख के स्क्रम मास्टर की नौकरी ढूंढ रही है. And then she's saying, Joey, why I'm not getting calls? Arey, you will not get calls, Baba. You have to put Scrum Master. But fine, these are all rookie mistakes. We all do it. So no worries there. Okay, I think some of you can send. I'll just send a quick poll and then. See, you guys know enough, yaar. And let me tell you, the kind of curriculum we have, you guys will know more than even agile coaches. And you can check in your organizations. Go and talk to your agile coaches. They will not know this much stuff. Okay. So don't worry about it. You know enough now. It is just now a matter of going out there and giving interviews. Okay. Okay. Have fun. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Venkat sir,
Thank you.
what happened actually? Your interview yesterday, have you given interview, right? Venkat sir.
Okay. I'll leave you guys carry on.
No.